It snowed last night in Chicagoland. First real snow we've had this year, and I bet you could care less about that. Well, hello there, old man Kelley here. Jeff to my friends. How's everybody doing out there? So yeah, we had some snowfall here in northern Illinois. First significant snowfall of the year, and it's one of those deals that yesterday the news and the weather were predicting this apocalyptic snowfall that was going to shut down everything, and everybody was on Facebook talking about buying stuff or getting their snow throwers ready and all this stuff, and we ended up getting like 2 or 3 inches. It was nothing. It took me no time at all to shovel my driveway. Here's my backyard, but I know seriously you could care less about that. I get friends all the time that post their yard pictures after a snowfall on Facebook, and we all know what snow looks like. And unless it's, one of those deals that actually shuts down a city, no one really cares. That kills me too, the constant complaining every year about winter and snow. I have a sister-in-law. She's lived in this area her whole life. She's a neighbor. She lives about 3 blocks away. Every time I see her in the wintertime, just complaining about how much she hates the cold and the snow. I get it. I've lived here for 55 years. I'm used to it now. It's part of my life. Just deal with it like an adult. I don't know. But you probably don't even care about that, do you? So what else is going on here? I saw the film. I saw Kevin Smith's new film, Yoga Hosers. What happened to Kevin Smith? I mean, whether you like him or not, and I know it's almost like a black and white thing with Kevin Smith. Either you love his old movies or you hate them. And I meet both kinds of people, and I understand both points of view. I really do. But there was a time where he seemed like he was going to be a legitimate filmmaker, and he was one of the new young faces in filmmaking. And a lot of people had high hopes. He had this awesome sense of humor, and he seemed to have a style to his films, maybe. But everything since, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back has just been one disappointment after another. I thought Tusk, the film right before this last one, was all right. It was just weird, though. It wasn't a good movie. It was a horror movie that should have probably been done as a black comedy. Because I listened to the podcast where he came up with the idea for Tusk. And him and his partner were laughing their heads off coming up with the story. And then he did it as a horror film, and it just did not really work as a horror film. I mean, a guy that gets turned into a walrus. I don't know. It should have been. There should have been some humor there. But then Yoga Hosers. It's supposed to be a comedy about these 2 young girls that work in a convenience store. Kevin Smith, if he wants to be a filmmaker, needs to go back and take a basic course about, I don't know, a 3-act structure. Because this film has no structure whatever. It meanders all over the place. I mean, the first, 2/3 are just about the girls and their home life and school and their parents and all that kind of stuff. And then it turns into this wacky, weird thing about these little tiny sausage Nazis controlled by this guy who's been frozen since World War II, played by Ralph Garman. And Ralph Garman, if you know him from the Kevin Smith podcast, he loves to do. He's really good at doing imitations, like of people like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. So they let him just go on and on with his imitations, which doesn't seem to even work. And the main plot, which is these little Nazis and stuff, just it comes really quick at the end, and it blows through it. And yeah, there isn't much I've found lately on TV that I've enjoyed watching, really. I'm looking forward to next year, the new Mystery Science Theater 3000 that's coming back. It's funny, I've been watching a lot of the Riff Track stuff lately. They're on either Amazon Prime or Shout Factory. We subscribe to both, and during the heyday of Mystery Science Theater, I wasn't a huge fan of the later shows with Mike Nelson. I mean, they were funny, but they weren't that Joel funny that I love, the Joel Hodgson funny that I love so much. I mean, those made me, I still watch those original first 3 or 4 seasons and die laughing. Then I watch the later seasons, and there's a chuckle there. But Riff Tracks works really well. I enjoy watching the Riff Tracks stuff. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Mystery Science Theater, and maybe I'm looking forward to it too much, because when I do really look forward to something, it turns out to be a disappointment, but who knows. Well, I had a lot of stuff planned for today's show. I'm trying to do different stuff. I want to do some arts and crafts on Old Man Kelley, and I had one planned for today, but I just got busy with stuff, didn't get a chance to get the supplies I need, so I'll start doing that next week. I got a craft project that I'm going to do for you, and it ties in to my podcast that I just released today. I do a podcast on some classic toys from my youth, so you can find it on iTunes. Just do a search for Coffee with Jeff, it'll come up. Thank you, David, for the comment last week. Yeah, I did change up the show a little. Got tired of sitting in a rocking chair talking to you. I mean, I'm Old Man Kelley, but geez, I'm not that old that I have to sit in a rocking chair, you know. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next week with another Old Man Kelley, hopefully a little more entertaining than this one. Bye.